Quite simply, I knew Cece as my mother-in-law and a fabulous grandmother to our three sons. I met her back in the 80s when I worked at Sotheby's with her son Alexander. And from that moment on, we became such a close family. She was a fabulous grandmother, considering she was an icon of style and of fashion and known in the outside world as someone who had that position. With us, she was just a down-home, wonderful grandmother, welcomed me with open arms. It was a fantastic 20-plus years with her. She was so proud of her grandsons. She called them my three Hercules. They loved going to visit her. We all did. And she would come to visit us. She just loved being with them. She was really a tomboy herself, and she loved being with the three boys. She was well known as really being, first of all, she was on the all-time best dressed list, which really meant a lot back in the day when she was a well-known socialite. She was on the cover of Time magazine. She was involved in a lot of charities. She then later, after her husband passed away, sort of redefined herself and became a garden columnist and very practical. She wrote a column, I think, weekly. She wrote several books. She really kept going, and she always reinvented and branched out, but she stayed true to her integrity and to her symbol as kind of a woman of style and fashion, but also capable. I mean, she really was one of the first pioneering kind of career women, in a way, who came out of a life that started in a very, very different way, at a very different time. Her home was incredible. It was absolutely beautiful. It was called Templeton. It was in Old Westbury, Long Island. It was sort of big but low-key. It was beautifully decorated inside. Just so luxurious but so usable, so functional. Nothing was off limits. There were dogs running around, kids, people in and out the door all the time. It never had that strained feeling of being sort of decorated but not to be used. It was the opposite. It was absolute living with luxury and living with beauty and using it all the time. It was incredible. Make it beautiful, make it comfortable. Don't design a room that people can't use. Make it fabulous. And that's sort of how her inflection was. Very positive, very upbeat. And she would say, be true to yourself and absolutely use the rooms. Don't make anything off limits, but keep it beautiful. Use the best quality you can. Make it the best you can. We did have one really fun sort of event or thing when we were asked to be photographed at Cece's estate, Templeton in Long Island, my husband Alexander and I, and we sat for this photo, and we just kept having to walk. He kept having to walk up and down the stairs. I kept having to pretend to pull my riding boot on and off, and the Mastiff just lay there throughout the entire photo shoot. And we were sort of laughing about it because we were doing it so many times, but we didn't know how it would turn out or what would happen. And then a month, when it got published, we were on the cover. So that was really quite something. We didn't expect that at all. Kind of a fun bonus.